The biggest reason businesses fail isn't a lack of leads, it's a lack of follow-up. But who has the time to manually email and text every single person? Nobody. That's why I automated my entire lead follow-up process with GoHighLevel's AI. In this video, I'm going to give you the exact workflow that I use that will automatically nurture every new lead until they book a call or buy. You can copy and paste this entire system in about 10 minutes. Let's dive in. To truly understand how powerful this actually is, I first just want to dive into what the problem really is and what it's actually solving so that you know how AI can be so powerful in helping you. Now, I have a client that he came to me and he said, Braden, we don't have enough leads. We're a family-owned business. We've been around forever and we're not getting enough leads. Well, the first thing that I did for him is I organized a pipeline so that he can keep track of everybody that's filled out a contact form and then whether or not the company has contacted them and then where they were at in their process. So that was the first thing I did. Then the second thing that I did is implemented this system to where it would respond to them and help them get their answers quickly and get them in the books. That way they didn't have to worry about that in the office. And he called me a few weeks later saying, Braden, you got to stop. You got to stop. We got way too many people we're following up with. Our appointments are off the books. We got to turn this AI thing off. And so that is the power of setting an AI that can go and respond or book appointments for you, is that people aren't going to try to go travel off to somewhere else and book an appointment somewhere else because you're getting to them first. And it really comes down to these four simple things. So just like I mentioned, 78% of leads are actually going to whoever responds to them first. I know I've done this. If I'm looking for a restaurant or if I'm looking for a fun date, I'm just going to call around till somebody answers. And when somebody does, they're likely the person that I'm going to go with. So you want to make sure that you're the person that's answering every time. The second thing is 50% of leads are never followed up with, meaning people will fill out a contact form and then that's just it. No one follows up. No one sends them a message or anything. And that was what I found with this one client, is all these people are filling out the contact form, but he didn't have the system in place to follow up, ask them follow-up questions, or even book an appointment. This AI fixes that. And then right here, the average lead cost is anywhere between $50 to $200. If you're paying for ads, you're likely paying for about $50 a lead. So you don't want to make sure that they're not getting followed up with. And you certainly don't want them to go somewhere else and look for business elsewhere. And then lastly is manual follow-up can be inconsistent and it can be slow. I know for myself, I've seen a contact form go through and I thought, oh, I'll just respond to it later, and then I forget and it's inconsistent. With this AI system, that's not possible. So this is what we're really going to get into. We're going to show you how to utilize AI that can do instant engagement that will respond to your customer within 15 seconds of them filling out a contact form. It will then help qualify them. It will book the appointment, and it's going to make it so you don't have to do any of this manually. You're just going to come into your CRM and you're going to see that an appointment has been booked. All right, so to do this, we're going to jump into GoHighLevel. That's the tool we're going to be using this for, and we're specifically going to set this up in the automations area. Now, just so you know, in order to really make sure that this works, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a GoHighLevel account, and within that GoHighLevel account, you're going to need to set up a phone number. But let's go dive into how to go set this up and what it looks like on the back end, and then I want to show you what it looks like on the front end and how it's all working in sync. And so right here, if we come into my automations, I've already built this out, but I'm going to walk you through exactly step by step how I set this up so that you can go set it up too. So here's my new website contact form. And if we go to my website, let me show you that. So if we go to my website here, you're going to notice if I refresh the page that I have this contact form. Now, I vibe coded this website, meaning I made it with AI. So this isn't the traditional GoHighLevel contact form, but I connected a webhook that will then go look for contact forms being filled out and then go add that into GoHighLevel. So that's the one step you're going to see here at the beginning. So at the beginning, all this is it's connecting my vibe coded website into GoHighLevel to create the contact. What you can also do is if you are a GoHighLevel user and you already have a contact form set up, you can just do the form submitted. It's going to work the exact same way. But then where the power comes in is with this guy right here, the appointment booking conversation AI bot. And how you're going to activate that is you're just going to click plus and you're going to go look for this appointment booking conversation AI bot and you're going to select it right here. Now you're going to notice there's a couple of different things set up. The first thing is you are going to need to connect some kind of calendar. So for me, it's going to be this 15-minute strategy call. If you don't know how to set up a calendar, all you're going to need to do is come into GoHighLevel. You're going to navigate over into calendars right here. You're going to go to calendar setup, and then right here on this side, you're going to see new calendar. Now, I will do tutorials about this more later, but the calendar feature in GoHighLevel is amazing. It's like Calendly, but you can have as many calendars as you want, and you can have them different durations, different times, assign them to different people. So it is a fantastic tool in and of itself. But I've already got it set up. There's that 15-minute strategy call, and we're just going to come back here. We're going to go back into automations, and then we're going to go back into the automation for this AI conversation bot. And so really what we're looking at here is as soon as somebody fills out the contact form, we are going to set up this appointment booking bot. Now, it is exactly what it sounds like. It is going to book somebody on your calendar through the contact form. And so you're going to go select the contact form that you're wanting to work with. In this case, it's the 15-minute strategy call. And you can see right here, we have the personality, and then we have additional instructions, and then we have some options that we're going to go through down here. Now, in the personality, this is just what the personality of the bot is. So you don't need to worry too much about any of this unless you want to make some tweaks, but it does give a pretty generic and good prompt. It says you are a bot tasked to assist customers. Your primary goal is to trust and guide customers towards booking an appointment. You cannot help appointment cancellations, rescheduling. Politely let the customer know that you cannot help them with cancellations or scheduling only new bookings. So right there, that's the personality of the bot. Now, the additional instructions are going to be a little bit important. Now, we have to keep in mind somebody just filled out the contact form. So they are reaching out to us for some reason. And if we go over to my contact form right here, I actually have both a service and a budget column and even a message. Now, this service one is something that a lot of people are going to select, like website design, SEO and internet marketing, graphic design, web hosting, and other. So I'm actually going to want to make sure that when the bot is reaching out, that it's mentioning this service. And so to do that, we're going to go back into GoHighLevel. And you're going to see right here, it already defaults to start the conversations by nudging towards booking an appointment. Well, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, so I'm going to go change this right here. I'm going to say start the conversation by saying, hey, this is Braden from Site Spice. Is this, and then put the contact and first name. Now, if you haven't built out any kind of automation before or used these custom fields, what this is whatever the contact name is, it's going to refer to them by that name. So it's going to say, hey, this is Braden from Site Spice. Is this John? And so it's actually going to name John by name, so it feels a little bit more personable. And we're going to end the quotation marks there. And then we are going to put in another little dot here and then say, then shortly after, send another message saying, I saw you filled out the contact form about our, and then we're going to go here. And then in this case, I did a custom, I did an inbound webhook. So I'm just going to go look for that service. But if you were to do a custom field or go fill out a contact form of your own, you're just going to go look for that contact field that you have in your form. So in this case, it was the service. So it's going to say, then shortly after, sending the message saying, I saw you fill out the contact form about our blank service, about our whatever service. I would love to hear more. When do you have time for a 15-minute quick call? And then we're just going to say here, one more little dot here, and we're going to say, then continue to assist with the appointment booking process. So that's really it. There's all the instructions there. So we're going to greet them nicely. We're going to say, hey, thanks for reaching out about the service. And then we're going to say, do you have time for a 15-minute quick call? And then the bot's going to take over from there. So we're going to save this action. And then we're going to come and put in a couple more things. This is the limit of how many messages that it can send. So in this case, I think I'm okay with it sending up to 15. You can see the max is 25. The timeout value is how long the bot will wait for a response. In this case, it's going to be for 24 hours. And so it's already set 24 hours, and then you get to choose the channel. In this case, I want it to be text message. So what this means is when somebody fills out the contact form, it is going to trigger this AI bot that will then go through these instructions like I just previously showed, and then it's going to try to get this customer to book an appointment. And then right here, you can say, don't let the bot send confirmation message. That's fine. I'm okay if it sends a confirmation message. And then this is the wait time before responding in seconds. And so I want it to be a little bit longer, let's say 17 seconds. And then all you're going to do here is you're going to save the action. So there's that here. And I already have 2 of these, so I'm actually going to go delete this one because we just set it up again. And I actually like the way that we set this one up better. And then we are going to save. Now, this is the complete setup, and exactly what we're doing, once again, is somebody's filling out the contact form, and then the AI is going to take over and send them a text message and try to book them an appointment. Next, I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like from the contact form all the way over to the text message. Okay, so we're going to go over to my website, and we're just going to go fill out this contact form. So I'm just going to say Braden Carter, and then we're going to say Braden. I'm just going to go put in a test email account, test@gmail.com, and then I'm going to go put in my phone number, and then I'll block that so it can't be seen. Select a service. We're going to go do graphic design. My budget is $1,000, and I need help building out flyers for a big event in Idaho. And then we're going to send the message. Now you're going to see right here, it's going to say message sent. And so what they don't know is they're actually going to get a text here in about 17 seconds. And on the back end, you're going to see, if we go look at enrollment history, you're going to see there's Braden Carter. And on March 3rd, so at 3:48 p.m., which is the time of this recording, and it's processing this step. And if we go back to the builder, you're going to notice there's this little 1 mark right here. That means that this is currently in processing. And if we go switch over to my text message, which I'll open up here in a second, you're going to see how the bot actually responds. Let's go check it out. Okay, perfect. So you can see right here, this is SiteSpice, and you're going to notice it's saying, hey, this is Braden from SiteSpice. Is this Braden? Yes, it is. Man, you guys were quick. And so this is going to send them a text message, and honestly, it's going to take 17 seconds because that's exactly the time that we set for it. But here in a second, you're going to see that it's going to respond and probably say, hey, did you want to get more information about our graphic design service? And so let's go ahead and just wait and see if it does that here. Okay, so there it is. I saw you filled out the contact form about our graphic design service. I'd love to hear more. When do you have time for a 15-minute quick call? I am pretty busy tomorrow. Do you have time on Thursday? Now, this is where it gets cool because I pretty much spoon-fed it the first 2 responses. And honestly, if I were to go adjust this a little bit, I would probably have it go be a little bit more interactive. Like I probably would have liked it to say like, oh yeah, we are pretty quick. We try to be quick and we try to be responsive to all of our clients or something like that to kind of just feed it a little bit better. That's just a prompting thing on my side, but you can see it's doing what I told it to. And so if we could just adjust that prompt a little bit. But now what it's going to do is take the conversation over and it's actually going to go walk me through the booking process. So you can see there's the message right here. We have several openings on Thursday, March 5th, 2026. Here are a few: 9:30, 10:45, 11, or 12 p.m. Which works best for you? Actually, I work pretty early. Do you have anything in the evening at like 4? And so we're going to go rebuttal a little bit because we don't want it to just give us an easy out. And maybe the customer really can't work on something in the morning. So we want to just pretend as if we were a real customer and giving it some real responses on how a customer might act. But again, in theory, I'm actually not doing anything. If this is me or my business, I'm not the one having this conversation. So just imagine that this is the conversation that's going on in the background. And as a business owner, you're just going to wake up the next day or the next morning and see that there is an appointment booked on your calendar. So it says, sorry, there's nothing available at 4 p.m. on Thursday, March 5th. I do have 2 p.m., 2:15, or 2:30 that day. Want to pick one of those? Sure, I can make 2:30 work. And the nice thing is because it already has our contact information all filled out, it may ask us for our name and email, but I'm assuming because it already has our name and email from the contact form, that's just going to say, awesome, that's great. I'll go ahead and set that up, and then it's going to actually show that the appointment is booked. But let's see what it says here. Okay, and just like that, you're gonna see this is where you can go turn off that confirmation, but I decided to keep it on, but it says confirmed, appointment with Braden Carter on Thursday, March 5th at 2:30 p.m. Hi, Braden Carter, your appointment is confirmed, and then you're all set for Thursday, March 5th at 2:30. I'll call you then to chat about your graphic design needs. So went back and checked out the service again, looking forward to it. So it played really playful and all that kind of stuff. And all of this happened on autopilot. Then I wanted to just show you on the back end, it actually went and booked that appointment. And so there it is. There's the appointment booked at 2:30 on Thursday so that it's already in my calendar. And then we have an automation set up that will notify me as the business owner saying, hey, by the way, we just booked you an appointment for 2:30 on Thursday. So it's robust, it works great, and it makes it so that you can go focus on what you're doing good at. Now, again, all of this is possible because of GoHighLevel, and because you watched this video, because you've been engaged and interested, I actually have an amazing offer for you. So traditionally, come down here, you're gonna see that the pricing is $97 a month. But I am able to give you 30 days for free. So you can go try this out. You can go set it up with your business. You can go get this whole AI thing rolling. And the best part is you don't have to pay anything for the first 30 days. And so go set it up, go play with it and stuff. And if by the end of those 30 days, you're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, I loved it, then you're good to go and you're good to set it up. Now, if you're an agency and you're like, man, I want to go set this up for other people, I think this is an incredibly valuable tool that is more than worth it. You can go sign up for the $297 plan. Again, you'll get it 30 days for free. You can go set up 2 or 3 clients, even go charge them in those first 30 days. And the best part is you can do this for as many clients as you want on that 30-day plan. So there's that amazing plan there. But again, this is through an affiliate code. It does support me and it supports this channel, but it does give you that 30 days to go give this a try. But in closing, if you want to go set this up right now, you totally can, and you can follow this exact same video. And if you want, even send me a message. You can join my school group, or you can send me a message via social media, and I will actually send you this exact snapshot so that you can just copy and paste it into your system. Then you can customize it in whatever way that you want, and then you can go live. But again, if you follow this tutorial, you'll be able to set this up in 10 minutes, and you'll have an AI that's booking appointments for you. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If this video was helpful, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment what you think about this below, and we'll see you in the next video.